It is June 2nd, 2009 edition of The Question, Blog Talk Radio Conversation with Doug Pagitt and friends. I mean, this is turning into like a variety show around here. We're normally joined at the 10:30 hour by parenting advocate and blogger Carla Barnhill over at the mommyrevolution.com. But we have reached the 10:30 hour. And there is no Carla Barnhill in the house. So we need to find that out. But in the meantime, folks, we are never short on guests around here. This right here is my friend John White. John White is the architect and designer of DougPagitt.com, TonyJ.net, JohnWhiteStudios.com.
Studio.
Hey. Oh, you're in the queue. You're calling in today. All right. I sent that email because we had to. Okay. Carla Barnhill is in the queue. Carla Barnhill is in the queue. I'm going to put her on right now. We're just going to have to figure out how we do this. No, I want you to. I just have to figure out, Carla, how I'm going to do this because with you in the queue, I've got you in the queue now, but what I need to figure out is how I get this.
This is great radio right now.
Yeah, you go back to the queue and then okay. So try talking. Hang on. See, I told her specifically. I said today we need everybody in studio because I have an audio. We have audio limitations today because I've taken apart some of our pieces. Carla, can you hear me now? Now she hung up. So I think Carla Barnhill might be joining us back here in a minute. We're working off one microphone today. Normally we work off of a whole studio set, but today we're working off of the one. So Carla's going to call back in on the queue, and we're going to see if we can make it work that way. Which I'm guessing we can. I'm guessing it's going to be all right. I'm guessing it's going to work just fine. I think we got Carla right here, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Carla Barnhill. Carla, thanks for being willing to call in today. The thing I'm worried about is just getting a little double ring for you. So if you're getting that, I don't know what to do about that. But
I'll figure it out.
Okay, well, thank you.
I'll learn to live with it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm getting ready for this live tour this summer, a little book tour, and in light of that, I'm taking some of the audio apart, so I've got my normal setup switched around. So this is Carla Barnhill. Carla is the curator of the mommyrevolution.com. That's my daughter Michonne back there taking pictures. It's a lively, happening group of people here today.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not able to be there in person today. I had a prior commitment this morning that didn't allow me to get my behind Dewey Dinah by 10:30.
Oh, okay. Well. That's okay. We understand. I think we can accommodate it today. I'll tell you, Carla, we've been talking about a number of things today, things in the news that just aren't right. Starting with over the weekend.
Things in the news not right.
Things in the news that aren't right. Like my wife Shelley coming home from 2 weeks at a Natural Health Institute, wheatgrass oriented, and saying, I was thinking there at the Institute about something we should buy as a family, we should save up for. A large flat screen television set. I'm not kidding you. And I'm standing out there eating an ice cream cone, of which she's not eating, and I don't even like. Like, you have got to be kidding me. So that's just. So I don't know if you have any of those kinds of news updates, Carla. Things that just aren't right. But other thing that's not right is I was trying to spin around to see if Tony was switching with you because he was here early in the studio, which he's never in the studio. You know, now he's here early.
I know.
And you're most often in the studio.
This is all just making me sad because I really did want to come out there today to the big fest.
Big fest.
You got John White in the house. You got Sean in the house. Now you got Tony in the house.
I know. It's like
the Shelley is home. I mean, it's just a big whoopsie.
It's like a Blog Talk Radio house party.
It is.
Over here. But I'll tell you, I was just spinning
around. Not really, since I'm not there.
Yes, you've kind of ruined the party. You're a party pooper.
Sorry.
I was spinning around to talk to Tony on my little rolling chair, and I do the show in the summertime without shoes or socks on, and I ran over my own toe with my rolling chair wheel. Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever done that, but
no, I've never done that.
Holy.
My feet are smaller.
Holy moly. That hurt. Well, friend, what's going on over there at the Mommy Revolution?
Well, we're working on a post.
Yes. What are you posting?
Speaking of things that aren't right, it's sort of. Oh, now I'm getting a lot of feedback here.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I kind of moved some things, so try that now.
Now I think, now it's fine.
Okay.
Honestly, messing around with stuff.
Honestly.
We're working on a post about friendships. It's the kind of an ongoing theme we have going on over there at Mommy Revolution, because this really tends to be one of the big, difficult areas for mommy, is trying to develop friendships and trying to maintain friendships when you've got these little people who you love so much and who require so much of your time and effort and energy. And in fact, I was just with a group of women, and one of them has a newish child, her first child, and she had to leave because the baby had to take a nap. So those of us with older children got to stay and continue our conversation and what we were doing, but she couldn't, she had to leave. And so, it's just, and again, she's not, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was a reminder to me that this does continue to be an area for women where it becomes this very big gaping hole in our lives when we don't have the time for friendships anymore because of family life. But where I'm going with it this time around, because we have talked about this on the Mommy Revolution, is the whole issue of friendships with men.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. I know, right? So what I've been thinking about, and I've been thinking about this for a while in a few different sort of capacities, but is this whole how ridiculous it is that sort of half the population is off limits in terms of friendships once you get married, and for both men and women, it becomes you can't be friends with those people anymore, at least not in the same way you used to be.
Yeah.
So, and how we're already lonely, isolated people, and now you're going to cut out the potential for good friendships with half the other people.
Mm-hmm.
And how silly that is, and how wrong-headed it is, and that it has deep ramifications in the lives of both men and women that go far beyond just loneliness. And the thing that actually got me thinking about it to start with was this brouhaha that came up over the seeming lack of women involved in the sort of top levels of thinking of this new ministry organization. And it became kind of a big whoopee issue when it happened, because this group of people, and they sort of corrected it now and corrected the message that they were sending that didn't seem to reflect what they were truly all about, which was more inclusive to women. But it got me thinking how a lot of times these new ideas and new ministries or new organizations or kind of new activity get started in the context of friendship.
Right.
And it happens when, a group of people are taking a road trip somewhere together, and they're driving to a conference, or they're driving to a meeting, or they're driving to whatever, or they're flying to whatever, and they're spending 6 straight hours together, and they get talking about stuff, and they get thinking about stuff, and they get brainstorming, and a new idea is birthed out of that.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time those people are of the same gender, and so and often they're of the male gender. Because those are the people who end up going on business trips or to conferences and those sorts of things, right? So, so it just becomes, what? Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
You're laughing at John White. Is John White dancing or something?
No. It's just sitting over here in the corner.
He's cutting into my time.
He's not. No, I was laughing at you. I was laughing at the notion that men are the ones who are always on those business trips.
Well, it's often, it's often the case, because that's just sort of how it happens, Yeah. And anyway, so it just got me thinking about how, that's where ideas come from. Well, then, one gender is usually left out of those ideas, and often it's women who are left out of those. So it just becomes a self-perpetuating cycle of, or even if you're all, somewhere together, one group of, if there's a group of guys and one woman or two women involved, the guys are going to stay up late. And the woman's not, it's not going to be comfortable or acceptable.
Yeah, that's right.
Or, he becomes a little suspicious if that woman stays up late talking with guys.
Carla, we're going to be back with the solution to this in a moment here on the Question Blog Talk Radio.